Morning, guys. Sun's just coming up, going for an early morning ride before it gets blistering hot out. Ashley and I did a 400-mile ride yesterday, and whew, after lunch it was freaking brutal. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about a subject that's really been getting on my nerves lately because it's just so stupid. So, especially in the motorcycle community, right? Boomers versus millennials. Oh my God. Back and forth. Basically Harley versus sport bike. And us Gen Xers are just sitting in the middle shaking our head going, what's wrong with you guys? Okay, I shouldn't be swearing like that. YouTube probably won't like it. But anyway, it's almost as ridiculous as the far left radicals and the far right radicals fighting over each other's conspiracy theories and leaving everybody else in the middle wondering what in the hell is going on. I mean, it's ridiculous. So let's talk about it a little bit. I really hate the whole arguing about what kind of motorcycles are better anyway, what brand, what style, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're all riding motorcycles, right? We're all having fun. We're all enjoying our hobby, and we're all doing it in a different way. I mean, if everybody dressed the same, how boring would that be? You know? So, yeah, one of the sayings that really just irritates hearing, it was funny at first. I mean, it was. It was actually pretty funny. But, okay, boomer. That's the millennials' go-to whenever they don't have another comeback for anything. And it's so irritating. If you don't have a comeback, just don't say anything. Because you're probably not even talking to a boomer. You don't have a clue. And maybe you are talking to a boomer. Who knows? But it's so stupid to say it, because all that is showing that you don't have a comeback and you're being stupid. And really the boomers blaming the millennials, oh, they're young and dumb and don't have a clue, you know, and all this stuff. Whoa, shit, that was close. Anyway, they're not young and dumb anymore. The millennials are the basically moving into the bread and butter crowd. I mean, they're in their 30s, you know, most of them. So the young and dumb, even Gen Z's not even young and dumb anymore, really. They're in their 20s and working. So I mean, it's just so stupid anymore. Now, are there stupid people in all the groups? Yeah. People are people. And I think there's more stupidity than there is brains in this world. Or maybe it's just stubbornness and they don't want to ever admit they're wrong. But whatever it is, it's gotten out of hand. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments or whatever too. But I'm just kind of sick of it. I mean, I like talking to boomers, or even if there's any of the quiet generation still riding. You know, they probably aren't because they're really old, but you know, I like stopping and talking with boomers just as much as I like stopping and talking to millennials and Gen Zers that are riding. We're all riding for different reasons. Hey, there's some young guys riding Harleys. There's guys way younger than me riding Harleys. And I mean, that's kind of the big argument that goes back and forth on these guys, and it's stupid. There's old guys riding Harleys, you know, cruisers, whatever you want to say. I mean, you know, there's old guys riding sport bikes. There's young guys riding sport bikes. I mean, we're all riding. Now, the majority are probably riding sport bikes when they're young because that's what everyone else is riding, so they want to fit in with their crowd. And everybody that gets older, the majority are riding Harleys because they're not comfortable on the sport bikes anymore, you know? I mean, myself, with my breaking my back and injuries that I've had over the years, I get less sore on a sport bike than I do on a cruiser, because sitting straight up on a cruiser, my lower back where I broke it gets really sore. So being bent over on a sport bike, it doesn't get sore, because I don't know. That's a whole nother subject. But anyway, I'm just so irritated with these guys. I mean, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to say what I think the problem groups are. I mean, so the problem young group are the guys that just started riding, have huge egos, and haven't learned yet, really. You know, they're riding stupid. I mean, you see it on these YouTube videos. A car accidentally cuts them off. I mean, it happens and it sucks. They don't see us. They don't look for us, whatever. We're way smaller. Maybe they're looking for us and they still didn't see us because they're in a blind spot. But does that give you the right to go and wreck their personal property by busting their mirror off their car? No. That's just stupid. You know, and that's these young guys with egos. And then, you know, they get behind a slower motorcycle, they go flying by right away. They don't even give the person ahead of them a chance to pull over. So then that pisses people off. You know, so that's your young guys being stupid. And it's not all young guys. I mean, you have respectful young people too. I shouldn't say just guys. Girls do it too, but not as many. Because the girl percentage riding motorcycles to guy percentage is like, I don't know, it's like 8% or something like that. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, then you got your older guys that are talking about the millennials and stuff, and the sport bike riders. And I honestly don't think these are the old guys that have been riding all their lives. I honestly think these are the guys that probably bought a Harley when they were in their 40s, never owned another motorcycle in their life, have no idea. And they're the weekend warriors, basically. And they're stupid too, because they're just like the young guys. They're brand new to motorcycling, they've got big egos, and they think their way is the only way. Come on, people. Nobody's way is the only way. If that was the way it was, we would still be living in caveman times, because there wouldn't have been people that branched out and tried different things, right? So basically what I'm saying is, I'm a guy, a Gen Xer, been riding for all of his life, basically. I mean, as soon as I was old enough to ride, I was riding. And my dad made sure of it, right? So I'm a Gen Xer sitting here looking at these people, just shaking my head. I ride Harleys. Right now I don't have a Harley. Since I started my YouTube channel, I haven't had a Harley or a cruiser, for that matter. But I have had multiple Harleys and multiple other cruisers. Now, I'm kind of a Honda guy, so I've had multiple Harleys and multiple Honda cruisers. I really haven't had a lot of other brand bikes comparably. I have had some Yamahas, I have had some Kawasaki's, I have had some Suzuki's, but like I said, Honda and Harley are my go-to bikes. Now, are they different? Yeah, they're hugely different. A Honda Cruiser doesn't have the cool metal chrome and stuff. It's got a lot more plastic. They're a lot cheaper, kind of, when you get down to that kind of stuff. But as far as fit and feel, they handle better usually, they've got more power, they run smoother. But that's kind of the draw towards a Harley, is the shake and the sound, you know. And Harleys are pretty. They've got some of the prettiest cruisers out there. And they're trying to branch into other areas to pull in some of the younger crowd. Like the new Sportster S, other than the big ugly exhaust, I think that's a bad mofo. I mean, it looks good. I think they should have actually left the horsepower up, because they're using the same engine as the Pan Am. They should have left the horsepower up around 150, just like the Pan Am has, instead of detuning it to 120. But I think they're trying to compete with the Indian, what is it, FTR or something like that? The kind of flat track base bike. That's what they're trying to do, and I think the Indian's rated right around that 120 horse also. So it's I think it's awesome. And I think they need to continue, because obviously their demographic has been basically catering to the older generations. You know, the older generations are the ones that started this whole biker thing. And if you really go back and look at it, it was mostly military guys that got out of the military, come back from war. They maybe rode a motorcycle in the military, or they're just looking for their group to hang with, because you go back fighting war, it's a whole different deal when you get back. You're not the same person. So they wanted to hang with like-minded people. So it's, they started it. Our older generation started it. So the younger generations need to respect that. And that's the other thing. Respect nowadays has gone away with social media. It really has. People don't even think before they say stuff when you're just typing it on a keyboard, because you're not seeing it face to face. You're not seeing the people's reactions. You don't care. You do not care. Now all these keyboard warriors, I'd say the same thing face to face. No, you wouldn't. No, you would not, because the consequences for saying shit like that end up getting you. You might say it once, but you'd learn your lesson. And if you do say it and you get away with it and you're able to hold your own, hey, more power to you, whatever. But 90% of the time, it's going to bite you in the ass. And that's kind of the old school way of doing things. Now, Gen Xers, they've gone both ways. They know the old school way and they know the new school way. So we're just kind of sitting here, like I said, shaking our head, wondering how to fix this situation. And then you got Gen Z coming up. But I made the mistake of calling a girl that I worked with a millennial one time, just joking around, having a good time, because we got along great. We worked in the same office. And boy, did that changed her attitude completely, because she was like, I am Gen Z, and we are the ones that are going to fix everything that the millennials F up. And she was serious about it. So, I mean, everybody's generation always kind of thinks bad of the other generations, but at least show respect. I mean, it doesn't matter. Your fellow man deserves respect no matter what. I mean, it doesn't matter who they are. Until they prove to you that they don't deserve the respect, give them the respect. And it doesn't matter where they come from, what color they are, how big they are, how small they are, how smart they appear. It doesn't matter. Give them the respect that they deserve. And if they show that they don't deserve respect, then hey, then and you pull away from it. But that's the way it should be. Anyway, I think that's about all I got on that subject. I mean, it's I'm sure everyone else is kind of know the whole thing. They see it too online and stuff. It gets old. So, just my rant for the day. Figured I'd vlog while I was getting out to my twisties where I'm at now. So, I'm going to let you guys go. I'll keep you on till I get to the end of this road. And adopt, don't shop. We will catch you on the flip side. All right, guys. Later.